Audio.
Well, this could be part of the reason.
Hello, everybody. Do we have audio now? I'm going to put the bass on.
Whoopsie! Let's start that again. So
she was cursing up a storm. Redemption.
Yeah, that's what it was. I want to wish everybody a very happy Friday. I'm so glad that you could join us. And the whole reason for this conversation this evening, other than to hang out with my favorite subscribers in the whole entire world, was to talk about a subject that I came across this week. And I didn't realize how big it was. And I wanted to see, some of my subscribers are from these areas, what they feel about this, something that's called mass exodus. So mass exodus, if you haven't heard about it, is people have been living in states like Utah and other places, and the cost of living and the taxes have gotten so extreme they can't afford to live there anymore. So they're deciding to pack up their whole entire families and move to other states where they have less expensive taxes. They just can't afford to live there anymore. The property taxes are too high. The cost of living is just too high. I even read a story about a school teacher who resorted to actually renting a garage out in order to keep her job because she didn't want to lose her tenure. So, it's a real problem. I have statistics I'll share with you in a bit. But before we get into all of that, I want to check in with the chat and see who's all in and saying hello, because this is my favorite part of the week.
The vlogger says hello.
Hello, the vlogger.
Mr. Edgar, hello and welcome to the live chat. He says, "Hey, Chris."
Who? Where are you at? I'm sorry, I don't know who you're talking about. Oh, so he's a musician.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does like covers of songs and stuff.
Ooh.
He's part of a Discord that I'm with a Dusty Porter and everything.
I always love covers.
Yeah, he does a good one.
I always love covers.
You have to go check him out.
I will have to check him out after this, so I apologize. Rebel Rouser says, "Awesome thumbnail. I'll be there in 26 minutes. I think he's doing something." Tokyo Drew. Hey, Tokyo Drew.
Tokyo Drew!
Says he'll be watching through his phone.
Oh, thank you, Tokyo Drew. He has his live stream exactly at the same time. Before he even started, I got on his live stream and I said, "I'm so sorry, we're starting our live streams at the same exact time." Bummer.
Well, I'm glad everybody can hear us now, because obviously after this you'll see that nobody could hear us. But Redemption says, "Welcome everyone to the At Your Real Estate Whisperer live stream with your host, Kristina Smallhorn. Everybody be sure to smoosh that like button and subscribe." No audio. I apologize, guys. I'll take a little bit of blame and then I'll hand it to you because you fixed it. So
I don't know how you can take the blame.
I'll take some.
Okay, whatever.
Mike Rotan. Hello. He says, I see you, but I can't hear you.
No.
Sometimes that's, that for me, actually, if you can see me and not hear me, sometimes that's not a bad idea.
Oh, Dan from Creator Fundamentals is here. Welcome, Dan from Creator Fundamentals.
Hello.
Dan also has a Discord of YouTube people that get together.
Creator Fundamentals. Yes, I'm on it. Well, no, I'm on the Facebook one.
Yes, you're on the Facebook group. And he has a Facebook group as well. So if you want to know more about YouTube and how to create thumbnails and just great content, Dan at Creator Fundamentals has that. And he also has another channel called The Average Dan.
Okay. And Campbell says, hello, Nick. Says Tokyo Drew is live and so is the Real Estate Whisperer. Well, please support both. Please, 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 please. You got it. Audio's on. Do they know there is no sound? Yes, Richard Garner, we know there is no sound. And hello, how are you? But hopefully now that you can hear us, and I'm sure you probably want my voice off, so I'll hand it over to the lovely Your Real Estate Whisperer.
Boiled Nuts says hi. Boiled Nuts has been commenting on my stuff. I appreciate it. And he sent me an email today.
Hello, Boiled Nuts in your email.
George Kenner from California, you have a real vision of this. You know about this as well as anybody, about this exodus of people leaving states like California because of the price of taxes. And I mean, not to get too political, but many articles I've read are people that are leaving the blue states for the red states because of the fact it's so... The taxes are just eating them alive.
George Roberts said, "Oh man, I was enjoying reading their lips."
A good thing I like brushed my teeth today.
The vlogger says, "Hello, Nick. Hello, happy Friday." Vlogger, hello. Mary Jo Cerrone, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Redemption, welcome everybody. Campbell, the Exodus. The Exodus.
It's like you gotta say it right. Mass Exodus.
Matt, the realty guy. Yo, what's up? What's up?
And Matt, I'd like to get your input of what in your area, if you've seen any kind of increase of people moving out of the state because of some kind of mass exodus. Your state was on the list. It wasn't in the top 10, but I would love to hear your thoughts on it.
He says Bob Marley Exodus.
Yeah, exactly.
Micro 10, hey, to everyone I missed, the Nightbot is back, Redemption.
The Nightbot is back. When did the Nightbot show up?
I haven't seen the Nightbot.
No, maybe he's the Nightbot.
He is the Nightbot. Campbell says, "Where is the Nightbot?" And I agree. Where is that Nightbot?
I don't like Nightbot. I got rid of it. It's awful.
Redemption says above his comment. Would that be Mike? You're calling Mike? Within the Nightbot?
No, he's not the Nightbot.
Okay. Matt the realty guy, thank you again. Smoosh that like button.
King of the Crease says, "What's up?" Edge every day. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Where? Campbell says, "Oh, I had a top chat enabled." It's the top chat. It's the live chat. Let's try that.
Back. The cable guy with no audio.
Is it still no audio?
Is it still no audio? Please tell me.
Because it says that it has audio.
I'll jump down real quick and just double check. But
Hold
just
on,
say
yes
or no.
No.
No, we got one. Okay. KOTC, what's up? At Edge, every day. Hey Campbell, Creator Fundamentals at Creator Fundamentals. Welcome to the live stream. Yes, and that's Average Dan, right?
The Average Dan,
Average
but
Dan,
he has
thank
enough,
you for coming.
and he has over 10. He just got over 10,000 subscribers.
Woohoo!
I know he's killing it. He's killing it.
Hey, you're not gonna be far behind.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be far behind.
I only have 9,250 to go.
We'll get you there. We'll get you there.
One day it's gonna be.
After the 1,000, it's gonna boom.
One day I'm gonna grow up and be just like Dan.
Mike Rotan, hey Edge, King of the Crease, Mike Rotan, Ryan Jacob. What's cooking, folks?
Okay, look, there's going to have to be a little bit of echo in here because I am roasting. You're roasting too. If I'm hot, I know you got to be roasting.
And we'll bring the moose in.
Oh, the dog,
moose.
the big dog.
Actually, she's just laying there, so she's good right now.
Let's move through this.
All right, Dan the Man, hey at Creator Fundamentals. Ryan, hey, everybody's haying. Matt the Realty Guy, my open house got canceled for tomorrow. They have paperwork in the works. Well, awesome. I hope it works out.
George Kenner says, my property taxes from my home are over $8,000 a year.
Ooh.
That is a $750,000 home. That is only 2,500 square feet.
Okay, so I'm going to say this. I was reading an article actually based on this. Oh, sorry, I'm back in. So I was reading an article based on this, and it was talking about. It actually was a New Orleans newspaper. So I'm going to kind of NOLA.com. But what they were talking about was more people are moving to the South because it is a cheaper cost of living, less taxes. It's warm. So those were three of the major reasons. And when I say the South, I'm talking about North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Kentucky, on all the way down. So so they were talking about that. I don't know what people think. I know there's certain ones that we've talked to that, hey, we're staying up north. We love it.
Right.
And the people up north absolutely love it. And don't get me wrong, I love being up north. But
there's some people that just can't afford it. It has nothing to do with loving the state or not loving the state or the family that, some of these people have to leave their family, their extended family because they cannot afford, they just can't afford it. It's just not, it's not feasible for them and their family. Food prices have gone up. Of course, gas is starting to creep up again. And then you throw property taxes on there and they just can't afford to do it.
Creator Fundamental says, take a car, have a great weekend. Hope your daughter heals soon. She's actually good. She's got a bruised shoulder, but she's good. You jinxed me, Kristina. Laugh out loud. My stream's not working. I'm sorry, Tokyo Drew. I promise we did not. I promise.
I love you, Tokyo Drew, but I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for spending some time with me. I bet, you know what, that'd be interesting is, do you know much about the property taxes in Tokyo? I mean, how does that work? I know that I've always been told that it's very expensive to live in Tokyo. I would be interested to know what the property taxes run there, and what do people do when they can't afford to live there? I mean, and like, what is the solution that they have in over there in Tokyo?
So Ryan Jacobs said something, and I believe Ryan Jacobs from Louisiana, correct? Or somewhere around here. He says, George, you could probably sell your house and buy a mansion here. Not even pay close to those taxes. And yes,
I know, and that's what happened to Eddie and I when we moved from Florida to Louisiana. I thought I won the lottery because I mean we had this little rinky-dinky house, and it was like put together by a Home Depot special because we couldn't afford anything else. It was our first home together, and we fixed up everything. We did a good job, but I mean it was all Home Depot stuff.
Between Home Depot and Lowe's. So
yeah, I mean everything came from the sale rack of Home Depot.
You could have walked in and went Lowe's, Home Depot, Home Depot, Lowe's.
But we got that house and we sold it, and then we moved here, and when they were like, well, this house is $180,000, I'm like, this house has triple crown molding. It's I don't know, 550 square feet bigger than our other house, and it's still like way cheaper. I just couldn't believe it.
I think, what did we sell our house for? $240.
We sold our house for $240
in Florida,
and we bought our house here for $180.
And by the way, that wasn't the top of what that house went for. So actually, when we sold it, it was on the market coming down. And actually, when it hit the highest, I think it was, what, 280?
285.
285. And people, and when I say that, because the exact same house across the street, well, catty corner to us, was selling for 280. And there were people
sold like that,
going in and out of that house.
Well, you remember the housing bubble.
So, but
let's never forget the housing bubble.
So we went down.
We'll never forget.
It was going down to 240 when we went, and actually that was still probably at its best. And then I think, I don't know what that house is worth now. I think it just came back to a little over 200. But then, like she said, when we came here, it was like winning the lottery. So we took it and ran, and ever since then we've lived here and absolutely love it in Louisiana. So Tool Review Zone. Hey, what's up? What up? George Kenner, 1,000 and killing it.
10,000.
Oh, 10,000. I'm sorry, 10,000. Oh, sorry. There. I missed the comma. Sorry.
Redemption wants me to check the messages. Okay, so Matt, it's Matt the Realty Guy says it's a 200 approaching manufacturing is leaving and also high taxation. So we're starting to see the market open up due to the higher taxation and lack of manufacturing. See, that's what I'm talking about. And it's heart-wrenching if you read some of these stories that some people have had to go through. You know, and it's another type of housing bubble that we haven't seen ever ever. So this is gonna be really interesting how this plays out. Just remember, you heard it here first, right here on the Your Real Estate Whisperer channel. But the more I was reading the numbers, it was the crazier it was.
Everybody's saying, hey, what's up to the Tool Review Zone, and welcome. Rebel Rouser says, whispers. It's been a while. It's been too long.
Well, Rebel Rouser, it's good to see you.
Hey, Redemption says that's kind of creepy. Is the Nightbot is only showing up on my end?
No, I don't see it.
I think Nightbot has a crush on you, by the way.
Yeah, I told you that was a relationship that went wrong. George has his house for sale right now.
Welcome to Louisiana.
Yeah, I think he's moved to Arizona.
That's also a great spot too. I've visited. I've been to work there, and it is wonderful in Arizona.
I do see Nightbot now.
I do.
I do. I'm gonna put it.
Nightbot is here.
Put it in timeout.
Ryan Jacob at George. I live in Louisiana, and my house is about 1,800 square feet, and I pay about $1,000 in property taxes, and that's expensive. It was around $300 until last year. Wow. Wow, you paid $300 in property taxes. I live in Louisiana. I think what's ours? Right around $1,200.
Yeah, it's
1,100.
Yeah,
1,200.
it's like. Hold on, let me think.
13.
Yeah, it was right at $1,200, $1,300.
And what do we have? 2,000 square feet.
We have 2,200 square feet.
2,200 square feet. So, property taxes aren't that bad. Like I said, George, you're welcome. Come here.
94 GT Coop says just dropped in to say hi.
You got to go back to work.
Rebel Rouser says tax prices are insane here, and some apartments go for about $5,000 a month. Well, I will say this about rents here. We don't have a lot of rental availability, especially in this particular area. So if anybody's like looking to buy investment property, this would be the place to do it. Because I mean, we bought a house for rent, and we have 2 little houses for rent, and they do well. They do really well. Oh, and if you know anybody that needs to rent, one of our favorite renters is going to be moving out in July. So if anybody needs a place, we're looking for good renters.
Redemption RVA says, at Real Estate Whisper asked me to hack at Tokyo Drew's computer to mess up the live stream. No, we did not. And no, you did not, Redemption.
King of the Creek says, try New Jersey taxes, highest in the country. Okay, so let me just get into the numbers. I want to share with you the top 10 states that have been experiencing this exodus in the last year. So number 10 was Wisconsin. They had 3,285 people that left the state, and 54% of those actually left the state because of the taxes.
Can anybody guess? Let me just ask real quick. Can anybody guess who that is? Real quick.
What is?
What state? Did you put? What state?
I already said.
Oh, man. I wanted you to get the numbers.
No, I'm going to stop. Okay, so in Utah, 2,118 people left the state, and 55% of them were because of the taxes. Kentucky was 2,837, 56%. Ohio was 6,684 people, and 56% of them was because of the taxes. Massachusetts, which is my home state of Massachusetts, always notoriously high for their taxes. It's at 56.3%. Kansas was 2,370 people left, and at 56.7%. Connecticut was 2,866 people at 57%. New York was 8,381 at 60% of the people leaving because of exodus. New Jersey, it was on the list. It is number 2, and it was 4,723. 62% of those people left because of exodus. And do you know what the number 1 state? Now, this is where I was going to do my little game. Do you know what the number 1 state for exodus?
Let's
see. I want to see. I'm going to jump to
Go ahead and put it down in the comments.
Yeah,
you jump down.
I'm going to jump down the bottom. Which state has the highest amount of taxes? I mean, the highest amount of people leaving because of taxes.
Anybody?
Stop. Okay, so we got California, Florida, California, Maine, California, not New Jersey. New Jersey was number 2. Nevada, nope. It's not California, and it's not New Jersey.
Jeez, I'm surprised.
Illinois! James Raymond got it. It's Illinois. Illinois has 63% of the people that are moving out of the state. That was 8,157 people. 63% are moving out of the state because of this exodus. And I
wonder how much of that, you know what, I asked this question. I wonder how much of that was in the Chicago area and how much of that was outside the Chicago area, meaning other states.
What they were saying with all of this is that it's because of the larger cities. You know, like I was saying, that one school teacher, she had been working in that area, I can't remember what state it was, but she had been working in that city for so long, but she couldn't afford to live there anymore, so she rents out this garage, and then she drives back home, which is a 2.5-hour drive. But I think it was in California because of the traffic. She couldn't even do that. So during the school week, she actually just stays in an apartment, a garage, which is an illegal apartment, but everybody's resorting to that to make it, you know.
Because I mean, I know the people in Illinois itself, not Chicago, and I've lived in Chicago myself. But the people in Illinois, I mean, you're talking about farmland, you're talking about, small houses on farmland. So that just really surprises me. Hey, what's going on, VCG? I see you're in there, Vince.
Thank you for making it to the live stream.
Yes.
I know that you probably will be popping on with your live stream soon, and I appreciate you taking the time to pop into ours.
And everybody's saying hello. Redemption RVA, I thought you were in Charlottesville at Rebel Rouser. George Kenner says, Ryan, my home is about 13 miles from the beach as the crow flies and is on an acre also. If you want to see it after the broadcast, you can go by RizukiLane.com. At VCG, holla. Whispers, we need to get you to 1,000 subs.
I'm creeping up on it. Let me tell you what. Last week I had a big spike. I had like 50 subscribers pop in. This week has been a little bit light, but I figured it balanced it all out. But I'm just going to keep pushing out as much good content as I can. I have some exciting news. I just filmed for the Baton Rouge Association of Realtors here, and I will be showing you that video soon. They let me actually do a video in my style of making it funny, but it's about professionalism. You might have seen it on. You might have seen everything but you might have gotten a sneak peek if you're on Instagram that Tiffany Selling was in a class with many of the top realtors right here. So anyway, Rudy the Cuban Gonzalez says, "Hi, got an elevator contractor for me yet? I think the vertical acreage in the Grand Canyon sounds really good after the rocket scientists I've had to deal with today." We've all had our fair share of idiots. And my dad says, my dad got this from a comedian, but he says it all the time, you can't fix stupid.
No, you can't fix stupid. At Tool Review Zone, Laugh Out Loud, Campbell, Edge Every Day, no driveway, no front yard, and a 12 by 12 shed in 15 by 30 yard on a 15 by 85 lot.
Holy.
And is taxed at $3,000. Whoa.
That doesn't even make sense.
Yes, it does. You live in Jersey.
That doesn't make. I mean, that's awful.
That's number two.
That's highway robbery.
That's number 2 in the country.
I mean, between taxing and freaking. Well, we won't get too political, but I just had to. Everybody that Aubrey had her arm, hurt her arm, and I have insurance, which I thought it was good insurance, and then I had to pay like an astronomical amount for her to get an X-ray.
Well,
it was like ridiculous.
Even hospitals are starting to do that, though. You and I were talking about that this week, where they make you, even if you have a surgery, you got to pay up front.
Yeah, they make you pay ahead of time. So I don't, Brian, Edge, tell us if that's what they made you do. Did they make you pay before you went and got your surgery?
Rebel says, I live near Charlottesville, but I'm in Leesburg now at Redemption RVA. Edge Every Day. I know, guys, you will say 3,000 isn't bad, but a quarter mile over is about $7,000. Hold on, $3,000. Whoever tells you $3,000 isn't a lot, holy
I think that's crazy.
Moly. Gosh.
King of the Crease says, that's cheap, Edge. Where I live, taxes are double that for the same size property.
Gosh.
King of the Crease, where do you live? Jersey?
Yeah, I'd love to. Just the state. You don't have to tell me city or anything else. Would be great if you could all smoosh and like that button. Thank you, Tool Review Zone.
What is your latest video only have under... I just published it this morning, Rebel Rouser. I just published it this morning.
What's that?
My vlog.
Yeah.
And typically my vlogs don't get as high of views as the tip videos.
If you'd like to share...
You're more than welcome to share it and share the knowledge, share the love. I'd love that.
All it is knowledge.
Tool Review Zone wants us to go ahead and smoosh the like button. I don't know if you know this, but Tool Review Zone's name is Clint.
Oh, hey, Clint. Sorry. Edge, King, you are north, correct?
Everybody's saying hi to one another.
Richard Garner, Tool Review Zone. Where is my friend M12 half-inch impact wrench that has 250 pounds?
George Roberts wants to know where the kid's at. Okay, so my oldest daughter got hurt in a dodgeball, or well, not dodgeball, kickball accident. So she's nursing her arm on the couch. Anything to like make sure that her thumbs, as long as her thumbs still work and she can sit there and do this all the time, she's fine. And then the oldest one is outside playing.
Youngest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The youngest one is outside playing. Like, she loves to play outside. Doesn't matter how old the kids are. They can be, toddlers all the way up to teenagers. She just likes to play. So she's outside playing.
Tool Review Zone says, sorry, bro, you asked Toolboss, not me. George Kenner, California is based on
1.114 or so the value, and the value is determined by sales price, unless you build and then they assign the value. That is what they did to me.
Well, ours is based on the value of the house.
For the neighborhood.
Also, yeah,
right.
For the neighborhood, and then it's...
I mean, they assess it all the time, and the way that they assess it now is really funny. They assess it by they send a drone over the properties and they measure them via the drone.
I wonder if I can find out when they send the drone so I can bring up a drone to shoot that drone down.
I mean, I saw they did this, and then they had started it with Google Maps because you could see on the top of people's rooftops. So I was like, wow.
I'm going to take my drone to shoot that drone down, and then my house can never be assessed and taxes can't go up.
Rubber Rosin wants to know the average cost for a house around the parish. So the average sales price here in Ascension Parish is around $250,000 to $270,000 depending on the time of year. Right now we're in the 260s. We had a huge spike in housing sold, and then we had a kind of a lull right at Thanksgiving time, which was unusual for me, especially because I'm always busy during the holidays because no one else wants to pick up their phone, so I'm always the one that's going to. And it was a little slower for me this year, but I heard that from everybody. And then now we're creeping up to the time the school's about to close, so the average price per square foot is going up. I will say that here in Louisiana, there has been a small exodus. We're way down on the list. It's the first time ever Louisiana is way down on the list for something. But they're leaving because they think our taxes are high, and they're going to Texas.
Yep.
But I had a friend that moved to Texas, and she's like, "Oh, the taxes there ate me alive."
It's the property taxes that eat them alive. It's not the state taxes.
Right.
Same with Florida. Florida and Texas have the same issue.
But they don't do it by this. They do it by the size of the lot there in Texas. That's why everybody lives on postage stamps.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
still,
that's what I'm saying.
What is the average cost? Edge Every Day says my flood insurance is almost $3,000, and homeowners is $1,800. So my taxes and my insurance is like mortgage from your area. Yes, it is.
Well, let me ask you this: your flood insurance a year is $3,000, which seems extremely high.
Actually, not too bad.
No, it's very high. Especially we're in a floodplain. If people saw $3,000, they would freaking die. What
are they paying in Livingston right now?
Not $3,000.
Even after the flood?
Unless they live on the river.
Okay.
So, are you in a floodplain, and what is your floodplain? I'd love to know, because everybody always thinks that we pay the most for flood insurance, which we should. And everything's classified with flood zone X, AE. You have different flood zones. So I would love to know what your flood zone is.
Well, it's the weirdest thing. So you would think that we would pay the highest in flood zone, but then like California, you think those big houses would be high in insurance, and they're actually probably some of the cheapest in the country. They just pay high in everything else because there's such a want for that insurance, or people, insurance companies are fighting to insure the houses. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of weird. Richard Garner says at Tool Review Zone, I did not know that was you when I asked. Mm-hmm. Boiled Nuts, Hawaii. Rebel Rouser says, I want to move to Ohio too. Laugh out loud. Well, that is the 7th highest, so 7.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. And then Tool Review Zone says, man, I so want to be Timeout Vince so bad, but out of respect of these awesome powers Whisper gave me, don't abuse the blue wrench. You never want to abuse the blue wrench.
Edge Every Day says, whoop, whoop. And then everybody started guessing.
Redemption says, I wish more people would leave North Virginia. Help me relieve some of the traffic and congestion. We have traffic here, and everybody complains about it, but it's really nothing like Atlanta. But the thing that we have here,
I know, I was there.
The thing that we have more than anything is terrible roads. They're the worst, and our auto insurance is extremely high. Only because our roads are so terrible.
No.
That's what they say.
Yeah, and nothing is like Atlanta's, and I was there this week, and
VCG says they wanted to know if they want a mug if they answer correctly.
Well, who answered correctly? James Ryan, a.k.a. Rhino. How are you? And welcome to the live stream. And if you haven't done so, please smoosh that like button.
VCG says, tired of being in the same state with TIA. Oh, Tools in Review? Or Tools?
Tool Review Zone?
No, TIA.
TIA.
Who's TIA?
Huh.
Oh.
Richard Garner says, well, I'm sorry. I think New York is second, right? Actually, New York is third. Richard Garner, Tool Review Zone said, what do you think of the new M18 fuel reciprocating saw that has orbital action and speed dial?
I don't know anything about tools, so I can't contribute to that. Okay, but listen, Courtney says, I'm going to say Illinois because of Chicago. You're right. You're right.
Yeah. I wouldn't think that people outside of Chicago would be moving a lot. I could be wrong.
If you Matt says if you talk to the politicians, they will blame it on the people just being cheap. Well, they don't have to. The thing is, it's really nice to throw stones at people when you're making money for not really doing much of anything.
We're not getting political.
Well, whatever. I'm not taking a side. I'm saying all of them. They all have a lot to say, and they never deliver a lot.
It's like I always say: find me a person that wants to pay taxes.
Well, and
that wants to pay more taxes.
Well. I mean, I've voted for increases on things that I felt that were right, Yeah,
but tell me somebody who wants to ooh, great, I can't wait to pay more taxes. You know what? This year when I budget, I'm going to budget for extra taxes. But
couldn't pay enough to live in Chicago. I had a coworker who lived there for a short time, and she lived in constant fear of it. Eddie lived in Chicago for a little bit of time, and he lived in not so great of an area.
Vince, you cannot win a mug. You already have.
But it's been over a month. It's been over a month. And actually, he didn't technically win a mug. He was gifted a mug.
At Courtney Edge, it doesn't count when the answer is already given.
Oh.
Says Redemption. Tool Review Zone says, I am the only one who doesn't have that awesome mug bowl. Oh, and you gifted him the wrench. Richard Garner, Vince, I do not watch...
Well, Vince doesn't have a wrench. So,
Vince, I do not watch TIA anymore. Courtney Edge, I was saying the reason why it is because of Chicago. It was Illinois because of Chicago. At Tool Review Zone said, Redemption said, at Tool Review Zone said, you are getting a saw squashed.
Okay. George Kenner says, you deserve 1 million subs. Well, thank you, George Kenner.
You.
I'm interested to see you do some videos again. You're so talented with them, and I would like for you to get back up on the horse and see you do some good videos again. I've missed them. Campbell says, you're blowing up, Kristina. Matt says, bigger than taxes, why people are leaving, mainly Baltimore City, is due to the insanely high rate of violent crime. Well, we have our fair share of violent crime here in New Orleans. There for a little bit, it was getting dripping over into the tourist area, but it seems like they've got a handle on it again. I could be dead wrong about that, but I was there not too long ago, and it seemed like there was a lot of police presence, and people were walking around pretty freely and not. I don't know. It didn't feel unsafe. I didn't feel unsafe there.
Matt, the realty guy, says, "Come on now." Say Instagram correctly.
He likes when I say Instagram like Tiffany does. Instagram. Instagram.
And Richard Garner says, Campbell, no nasty talk today. I can only talk dirty.
Richard Garner, you've been actually behaving yourself, so... Mary Jo Simone says the taxes and car insurance are high in New Jersey. Yes. In New Jersey itself, they said 4,723 people left, and your number... it's 62% of them, almost 63% of them, left because of the cost of living. They couldn't afford it. You're number 2 on the list. New Jersey's number 2. And at one point, I remember years ago, New Jersey wasn't that bad to live, as far as cost, expense-wise, when I was younger. In comparison to Massachusetts.
Charlottesville is in Virginia?
I think there's a Charlottesville, North Carolina.
$3,000 in taxes. Rebel Browser Plays. Wow.
But do you have like a big like piece of land too? Because we don't get dirt here. I mean, like if you got dirt, you got.
We've been trying to get dirt. Richard Garner says, Tool Review Zone I broke mirror today and I have 7 years of bad luck. Well, I hope you break that bad luck.
Tool Review Zone says it's 39 years of bad luck. Every day, my insurance is great. Thanks, Courtney. But yes, I have to pay up front. But I maxed mine out of pocket, so I'm medical free for the rest of the year. Well, that's good. So this is a perfect time to get hit by a bus. Not really. I'm just saying. Aubrey taxed out or maxed out her insurance too. I'm like, oh, Aubrey, if you want to break any more bones, but that was last year, of course. And now, now whatever. Now we have to pay out of the pocket.
The Crease is in New Jersey. Gear Runner.
What's
up,
What's
Whispers?
Up? What's up?
King of the Crease. I live in Jersey, 5 minutes from New York City. Can't buy a house for less than $500K
for 10,000 in taxes.
Oof.
Well, let me ask you this: so you have you have your property taxes. Is the taxes for like just regular merchandise? What do you guys pay for? State tax. Do you guys pay a state tax? So if you buy a product or whatever, is it like 5%, 9%?
In Jersey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm asking them. Thank you. I live where Batman Tower is. That's awesome. Where is Batman Tower?
The gear is here. Hey, Courtney. Gear Vader, what's up? King of the Crease. You must be in Newark.
Newark.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You said Newark.
Newark.
But this is in your things to think about. Is it safer than Afghanistan? Then it is in downtown Baltimore. You have a higher likelihood in downtown Baltimore than to be shot in a war zone.
Than you do in a war zone.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So I didn't know that Baltimore's crime was that bad. I had no idea.
Oh.
Now you know, and knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
He's in a grave.
Well, I guess they got D.C. cleaned up, so it just went all to Baltimore.
Yeah, that's what happened to Baton Rouge.
So Ryan Jacob at King of the Crease. I have an uncle that lived in Connecticut, and he pays like $6,000 in property tax.
That is insane.
In his home. Actually, I know that because my buddy JJ has the same thing.
Mm-hmm. King, I guess Patterson or Newark-ish, and yes, it sucks. That sucks.
Wow.
Tool Review Zone says, King, I didn't know you were over that way. Seems like you were like all of you are out the east. Well, I mean, whatever. We're in the South.
We're in the South.
I think we're all kind of spread out all over the place, but there is a little core group of people that are in the Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania area. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Rebel says you have to pay extra taxes for vehicles such as trailers and tractors too.
Wow.
Where he's at.
Is Pennsylvania that expensive? I mean, is Pennsylvania so close? I mean, is that a viable option for people to move to Pennsylvania? I don't know. I'm asking. Maybe Mary Jo Cerrone might know. I think she does. Yeah, she does loans and stuff. So. Maybe she can answer that question. King
of the Crease, yes. Further north you get, the more it costs. Ridiculous. I hate New Jersey. And George Kenner says, I got a drone. We could do battle.
Redemption and George Kenner battle it out, the battle of the drones. That would be an awesome video.
Redemption lost to a tree.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a non-moving object. He totally lost to it.
At Gear Runner, Redemption says, at Gear Runner, which one did you get? Courtney says...
King of the Crease, yes. The further north you get, the more it costs. Ridiculous. I hate New Jersey.
King of the Crease says, where you want to live, Courtney? Gear Runner says, which what? Tool Review Zone says, at RVA is the man with those drones. He sure is. Gear Runner says, I hate New Jersey and I live in Tennessee. Laugh out loud, Courtney.
Yeah. Well, I know that. Have you ever been or driven through Tennessee?
I love Tennessee.
It's freaking beautiful.
Tennessee is gorgeous.
It's
one of those spots that behind North Carolina, if Tennessee is next choice, I'm okay.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
I'm okay.
If you have to pick it, that's not a bad place.
I'm good. If anybody knows, other than Louisiana, North Carolina would be where I'd go next.
Asheville. Yeah, we have this. We have a thing. We have a thing for Asheville.
But I got to tell you, behind that, if it was Tennessee, I'd be perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm. You can lean in a little bit.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you. I don't smell.
No.
I did take a shower.
If you go to Waffle House or an Opry Mills Mall here in Tennessee, you might get shot.
Why, I like the Waffle House.
I love Waffle House.
It is the
Scattered, smothered, covered, and chunked. People up north don't know what a Waffle House is. Oh. You got.
If I had the money, there is
the place we always said that we wanted to open a Waffle House is right in New York City by Times Square. We would make hand over fist of money.
And I can't understand why they don't have it there yet.
I don't know. I don't think they'd go the north.
I don't care. That would be the one place north I'd put it.
Redemption's trying to ask George where he got his drone. King of the Crease says, tool review zone. The cost of living is out of control. My max, I got to make a minimum of $80,000 a year to survive. That sounds about right.
That sounds about the average now to really make it to live somewhat.
Yeah, in that area for sure. Team Kid is here.
Hey, Team Kid.
Team Kid.
And
yay!
Look.
You made it to a live stream. I'm so happy.
And you can sit longer.
Poor Team Kid has tried to make it to the last 4 live streams, and every time he's like, man, I missed it. I'm like, Team Kid, there will be other ones, I promise. I'm so glad that I got to see you.
Redemption says at Team Kid, welcome, Team Kid, I made it.
Yes, I'm so happy that you made it.
So Edge says we are in a flood zone. In 50 and 100 year...
He's an AE flood zone.
AE flood zone.
That's the big one.
In 50 and 100 year flood, worst in the country.
Yeah, and AE is the bad one. So whenever you have to pay the most, so that does make sense that you would pay that much in flood insurance. I didn't realize that I always think of New Jersey or any of that area as coastal when it comes to flooding. I didn't realize that it would be. I mean, are you that close to the coastline, or is it just a low-lying area?
Might be both. At King of the Crease, Courtney Edge says, at King of the Crease, I could see myself in Georgia, Tennessee, or Oregon. It would be interesting to find out where in Georgia. Oregon would be high, and Tennessee is beautiful, so I'm okay with that. Ryan Jacob, my neighbor pays $3,600 a year for flood insurance. I am next door, and I pay like $600. My house has never flooded, and I am in zone AE. And that is about correct because Livingston's pretty much the same. 2 years ago, we had our flood, which was a pretty big one.
Mm-hmm. They call it the Great Flood.
The Great Flood of 2016. What was it, 150?
They called it the 100-year flood.
Yeah, but I'm saying how many houses were affected?
Oh, well, it was over 75% in Livingston Parish. So you got to, think about it, a whole county, 75% of them have had some kind of water damage from this water. And they, some of them, people had paid off their mortgages, so they decided to drop the flood insurance because they're like, I haven't seen water here since 1983, and that barely even touched my doorstep, so I'm going to go ahead
and boom.
Boom. And then they got hit. They got hit hard. This one lady I talked to, she had literally retired the day before the flood hit.
Well, you had the one of your friends had just repaired the house from the flood in March.
Right, but she lives on the river.
Yeah, but
and that's a totally different lifestyle. Those people expect to flood. And
but I don't think a flood after a flood is what you expect. But,
right. Mm-hmm.
Team Kid, how are you guys?
We're good. Thank you so much for asking, Team Kid.
Richard Garner, I'm glad I don't have to have flood insurance.
We don't either.
We don't either, but we do.
We
carry it. After that flood, we carry it.
Tool Review Zone says, I have a real estate question. Neighbor was just dug out a drain in the natural water easement and diverted all the water into my backyard. Any suggestions? So I would contact your county, and in our area, if something like that happens, you contact the county, and the county comes out there and assesses what's going on. So if they're diverting water towards your house, the county can make them actually put it back the way it was.
Now here it's actually called Parish, but yeah, for you it'd be county.
Right. Most of the people are not.
Our county.
Yeah, it's in the county, like I said.
Ryan Jacobs, the only other one other than us.
George Roberts says, well, tell them hello, and I enjoy seeing you in all these videos. We need another family one, like bowling at the arcade one. Oh, okay. Yeah, I've asked people for a vlog, you know, what would you like to see? And I think one of the things that I'm going to show the kids how to do, and everybody here, is red beans and rice. It's super simple.
I love red beans and rice.
Super simple to make, and that way the kids are taught for themselves, so when they go off on their own, they can make good old Louisiana red beans and rice. Super easy.
Team Kid says, OMG 770.
Wow. You know what's so crazy is, like, I was at 770 yesterday, and then I got to 769 this morning. Then I went back to 770. Then I went back to 769. It's been popping back and forth all day.
Huh.
I would love for it to get to, like, you know, I'd love by the end of the night to be 780. Is that too much for a girl to ask?
Edge Every Day says, auto insurance, haha, you're funny. Redemption says, at your real estate whisper, how's Aubrey's arm?
She's fine. She's gonna be fine.
She's moving it a little bit more. She actually probably used it a little too much today, so she put it back in the sling for a little while, but she's good.
She's gonna be fine.
But thank you for asking. I'll let her know you did. Courtney says, hi, Team Kid. Back at you at Courtney Edge. Tool Review Zone. Tools in Action. Okay. TIA. Tools in Action.
Tools in Action. Oh, okay. VCG says, corruption costs a lot of money.
It sure does.
Yeah, it does.
And we all have it, don't we?
Team Kid says, hi to Edge Every Day. Your real estate whisperer has not seen me yet. Oh, I see you now. I see you now. Richard Garner, Tool Review Zone. I can't believe they do not
know tools in action. Oh, that we don't know tools in action.
Oh, well, let me just explain to you something. My husband is a new member of the YouTube community. It wasn't until I started doing these live streams, and I did a few of them. With the first few I did by myself. And then I kind of coerced him into getting on these live streams. And he isn't one to be in front of a camera. He doesn't really like it.
Rather be on the other side of it.
Yeah. And, but I mean, honestly, I think it's good because you've loosened up a lot more and we have fun with it.
And so also with that being said, I do, I have dabbled in tools, but not completely, and I've started immersing a little into it thanks to Vince, thanks to Tool Review Zone.
My dad has so many tools. Like, if you ever really want to learn about tools, if he really wanted to take a crash course, go in my dad's garage and he could be like, this tool does this. My dad has a tool for everything. And it's all very neatly organized.
That's right. I was gifted a mug. I want a collection eventually for when we have formal dinners, VCG says.
Oh my god. That would be so weird. Like that here, this like beautiful dining room set. and then he says to his wife, "Oh, let's bring out the good cups." And then she comes out.
You can use them as soup cups. Just put them on top of the plate.
Yeah. We're gonna use the good china tonight and pull out the real estate whisperer mugs. I'm sure his wife would really love that.
Tool Review Zone says, yeah, but they are not really into tools like us, bro. Micro 10, we do have a sickness TRZ at VCG. BYOB and Redemption then says BYOB equals bring your own bowl.
Bring your own bowl. I agree. Tool Review Zone is a second best channel on YouTube that features tools.
Now, boys. Now. Do I have to separate you two? Do I have to separate you two?
Now, Vince and Clint, everybody, like, look, let's just lay down the tools, hug it out, shake hands, and let's just all get along.
Just hug each other's impact drills.
Yeah. Tool Review Zone says, I'm gonna get me one of them mugs. I
want you to have one of those mugs.
Do you think he sounds like that when he does it? When you said that, do you think he sounds like that?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna get me one of them mugs.
That short dude on Tools in Action is so annoying with his voice. King of the Crease says, Richard Garner, please. Hug it out, everybody. Hug it out. Richard Garner, Tool Review Zone, who went home crying like a little girl in the Milwaukee vs. Rigid Ripsaw show.
All right, we're going to go past the tool stuff.
I have to agree. Tool Review Zone says, I have to agree, King.
Just saying.
Hashtag just saying.
Oh, okay. Someone's crying like a little girl. You're
pretty.
You're pretty. Clint and Vince, I want to let you know something. You're pretty. You're really pretty.
And Redemption says...
Courtney says, a tool review. I will sell you a cup for $20,000 so you can buy my Evo.
Nice. Richard did some hack your YouTube account again. Private message me if you need help. VCG.
Oh man. Richard Garner, Vince, are you going to live stream tonight? New Jersey is an upfront tax of 7%. So items that they would purchase is 7%. Mm-hmm. Ours is higher.
Yes, ours is. Our property tax is less though.
Yeah, we're almost at 10% though.
Yeah, I'll take that on our against their property tax.
Yeah, but I'm sure it all levels out if you really think about it.
It probably does, and our streets still stink. Mm-hmm. That's amazing.
Clint, I want Courtney to. Will you take a check for the $20,000?
Redemption says, "Dang, Vince, putting Campbell on blast."
Oh no, he says, Courtney, I'll give you Nick's mug. He never drinks out of it. Nick Campbell, that really hurts my feelings. Wow, Nick. Wow. Well, at least we're still friends.
Tool Review Zone. What's your daughter's name? But Tool Review Zone's daughter. Hello. But if I know her name, do you know her name?
I don't know.
I will say hello all night long.
Hi, Tool Review Zone. Clint's granddaughter? No, daughter. Yay! Don't call me daughter. Not fit to be.
Not that. That doesn't go for you, but
whatever. I just couldn't. As soon as he said daughter, I would list that song right in my head. Sorry.
Richard Garner says, Vince, I need some help getting new Milwaukee tools for free. I do too, because I was looking at them the other day.
N3QDZ says, smoosh that moist like button. Because here, is that how that sounds? Because here on the hashtag Whisper Crew, we smoosh the like button.
Courtney Edge says, TRZ at TRZ, as long as it is from your bank. Laugh out loud. VCG says, oh wait, TRZ need the mug, not Courtney. TRZ, if you can ever beat us in a tool showdown, I'll give you mine. Whoa.
Gift you mine.
Gift you mine. Wow.
Give away my mug?
But he would, because he can use Nick's.
Yeah, true. Nick doesn't use it anyway.
Just saying.
He doesn't even like
hashtag.
it. He doesn't even like it. He says I can write that check for whatever you want.
Redemption says hashtag blank check.
Hashtag blank check. I'm going to actually start using that in live streams again.
Wow. Courtney says, laugh out loud, Vince. Blasting Nick. Maybe he uses it when you're not looking. Yeah, maybe he does. Maybe it's just extremely clean. He hurries up, drinks out of it, and cleans it.
Mary Jo Cerrone says, no, Pennsylvania's taxes are super high.
Really? Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Courtney says, nah, I hid his mug. Richard Gardner says, I kicked the like button. Sure. Okay. With his kilt.
Kick it, smoosh it, smash it, headbutt it.
Matt says, money, take a check. I can write you a check of anything you want. Courtney says, a lot of laughs, nice. Vince. King of the Crease says, I'll just give it up, Vince. You lost to Sawzall. The Sawzall battle. The
Sawzall battle. Say it 10 times.
No.
Okay. Yeah, he did. Now he owes me a mug.
Richard, did you post any pics on IG you wanted to share on YouTube? I wanted to live in West Virginia, says Matt. Team Kid says, you guys, no hate are behind all these comments.
I know, we are.
We're not hating.
We are.
This is all in good fun.
No, he was saying no hate. He didn't want to give us any hate, but we are so behind.
No, I know.
I realize that.
Whatever.
That's my fault. I'll take it. VCG says, the viewer polls don't lie, but they live in Disney World if you like. Tool Review Zone says, no kid, we're like raising each other. Razzing each other, sorry.
Razzing. Vince, when you get your hands on the M18 Fuel Super Sawzell, I know you will destroy the rigid brushless octane. which is like talking. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. Matt says, we have Waffle Houses here and where I am.
I love a Waffle House.
Oh, you do? I didn't know in Maryland they had them. That's awesome.
I haven't been in Maryland in a while.
Oh, so Richard Gardner says the Batman Tower is in Tennessee.
Oh, really?
King of the Creek says, Waffle House will never come to New Jersey because New Jersey is a diner capital of the world. We have IHOP. Oh,
it's better than IHOP, though.
I don't know. The kids will argue with that. They love IHOP.
No, Waffle House is better.
All right.
And that's a diner. Gosh, I would do that all day.
BCG says, DeWalt is releasing a new recip. I'm sure that's recip saw because I've heard you guys talk enough. That's going to use a plasma that makes cuts and eliminates blades. We're going to get the first look. And then he makes a laughy face.
Oh.
I have a Clint has one, a Waffle House right up the road.
Waffle House.
Richard Garner says, Real Estate Whisperer, I mean the Batman Tower is in Nashville, Tennessee.
I love Nashville. It's beautiful.
George Robertson says, we're in Tennessee within an hour of Asheville, North Carolina. Come down. Well, I'll spend a week here and there and around the Great Smoky Mountains.
I would love
It's a date. Done.
You tell me to go anywhere near Asheville, and that's Tennessee, I'm good.
There's no argument from us. We're on it. Courtney says, we are a few blocks from Delaware River, and it's a low-lying area. Okay, now that makes sense. Yep. VCG says, may the 4th be with the fellow SW fans and chat you to tonight.
Yep.
All right.
Well, we will see
Real Estate Whisperer. The Batman Tower is the AT&T Batman Tower. Oh, okay. Redemption says, to Clint, you just don't go on Friday or Saturday night. Team Kid says, I got here 24 minutes ago, and they are now 45 minutes in.
I'm sorry. We're trying to move as fast as possible.
Okay. Redemption says, yeah, it's full of drunk people. Vince says, I do. Redemption says, unless you're the one of those drunk people. He's talking to Clint.
Oh, okay.
Richard Garner, Vince may be the 4th with you as well.
Yes.
A lot of laughs. You may fight. Just fit right in, Redemption. Ryan Jacob, hello. My neighbor, a few houses down, away. What's the matter?
He was in earlier, and he's been here.
He hasn't been commenting much. So he might have popped off and then popped back on. My neighbor, a few houses away, flooded twice in 6 weeks later that year. FEMA paid to have his house lifted about 7 to 8 feet foundation and all. Never seen that before. Okay, so several houses had to do that here as well. FEMA required it, but they did not pay for it.
Nope.
So they had, some of these people had to pay $30,000 to have their houses lifted. And it looks so bizarre because they'll say to one house they have to lift it. And literally right next door, they're saying, no, you can leave it. So you have this one house that's, 4 feet off the ground. And then the one next door is, so you can crawl under these houses.
And it's the weirdest thing because you're talking about slab-built homes. They have to put basically lift it up, put a floor on it, attach it, and then lift it up in slow increments and small increments.
Courtney Edge says, yes, Oregon is high in property tax, but that is where I grew up. Wow. I'm already paying high tax. I might as well have something beautiful to look at.
I guess so.
Yeah.
I guess, and I'm not saying anything. Oregon's beautiful. Chris Rapisaro moved there.
Yeah. King of the Crease wants to know how did Courtney end up in New Jersey. Richard Garner says, Eddie Poo Poo, how did you snag the hottest real estate girl in the world? I bribed him to marry me.
I, without a doubt, always say I married up.
Oh, whatever.
Yes.
Thank you.
I married up. Mm-hmm. This buckethead married up.
Thank you, Richard Garner, for the compliment. That was really nice.
Yeah.
It was sweet.
Because I did marry up.
Whatever.
Big old buckethead.
You do have a buckethead.
Yeah, thanks, see?
But I love your buckethead. VCG says, Eddie, you're a natural.
Oh, thanks.
Clint, they're in Cleveland area, about an hour away. King the Crease. I moved here when my parents split 18, then started college, met Brian, and the rest is history.
Aww.
And they met them while she was trying on a costume, and he said it wouldn't fit her. Team Kid said bye.
Bye, Team Kid.
Bye, Team Kid.
Have a good night.
King of the Crease says nice. See you, Team Kid. Love you guys. I may be back.
And we're only 11 minutes behind now. So we made up 33.
Yeah. And I have to tell you, Team Kid, I appreciate you every single time that you pop on the stream.
do.
I know it's difficult for you, and I'm happy that you do take the time to come out. Everybody's saying goodbye to Team Kid. And Richard Garner says, Tool Review Zone, when you are going to make
when are you going to make more YouTube videos?
Matt, we are the knights who say N-I, okay? Now someone else continues the quote. I don't know.
I went and got a burrito and you're still going. Get that
playtime. Well, you know, you got to do what you got to do. But I mean, like, I like to read everybody's comments.
I do too.
And I like to hear everybody's input about this Exodus because I really do think I think you're going to hear a lot more about it. And just like I said, remember you heard it here first.
But it's not only that, we have a great community, and I love spending every Friday with our community that we have.
I always say it's like hanging out the bar without the beer.
Yeah, I mean, if you get a chance, you know, go visit VCG after this. Go visit Redemption RVA. Go visit Tool Review Zone. Go visit the Edges.
Richard Garner says, Vince, I'm going to take your mug from you.
Sorry.
Richard Garner.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Vince, I'm going to take your mug from you because I want one so bad.
I'll have to do something to give one out soon. You giving one out?
Anyone is taller than Vince. I don't think Vince is as short as everybody thinks he is. I think what he does is he holds the phone like this, you know, like he holds it in the air. So that's what makes people think that he's so short. I don't think he's short.
What happens when it's straight up?
Well, he's doing it like this, so it looks just funky. I don't think he's short. I mean, I'm only like 5 foot, so it doesn't matter.
I'm 5'10", so 5'10.5". I'll take the half inch.
Vin is pretty.
Dude, Tool Reviews on that dude's like 3 feet tall, bro.
Oh, come on, y'all are.
Tool Reviews on. Wow, Campbell on blast. Campbell's giving it back. Nick's giving it back.
Oh, his daughter's name is Aubrey. I didn't mean to say granddaughter. I'm sorry. His daughter's name is Aubrey too. I have an Aubrey.
Aubrey. Hi, Aubrey.
We call her Auberries. We call, like, sometimes I'll say Auberries.
Yeah.
An Aubrarian.
Aubrey.
Mine's Aubrey Grace. I think we went through this before.
And by the way, she's only Grace by name.
Yeah, like Aubrey is Grace. Her middle name is only by middle name only.
And she proved it this week. I've never hurt myself in kickball.
Oh, Vince says, Courtney, I've been called a lot of things, but I've never been called pretty. That's a lie, because I called you pretty, because you were on the phone and you were doing this, and I said, hey, Vince, you're pretty. And he's like, oh, come on now. George Kenner, Redemption. I use a Spark, decent quality, very small for filming homes, and it is for my money best option. I have done some videos on my channel about it.
I'm going to tell you this. The, what is it? The Mavic Air or the Mavic?
Yeah, the Air. Yep.
The smaller one that just came out. Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful.
That is the one I want.
Yeah, and Redemption, go check out George's videos. They're really good. And he does have some decent drone shots. I mean, they're good. He knows what he's doing. So, and they're real estate stuff. So,
Tool Reviews on said, and then he reversed it and ran over him again, bro.
Back that bus up. George, the Spark is great. I had that for a little bit, then got the Mavic Pro Platinum,
which is phenomenal.
I'm so jealous.
From what I hear, is they're coming out with a 2 soon. But that was supposed to have come out in the last Vegas one, and that didn't. So.
Richard said, "Eddie Poopa, you look like you got up on the wrong side of the bed."
Oh, do I look that tired?
Eddie never had a bag under his eye until the day we had our first child. And literally, I was like, oh, Eddie's so tired. And then the bags never went away. Poor thing.
Do I look that bad? Wow. I will put makeup on next time.
Brian, King of the Crease, says, Vince, you got all the ladies in high school, just like Redemption.
He did.
I was a loser. Nobody wanted me.
Whatever. Move on, next.
Vince, did you run over Campbell with your Toyota truck? Brian says, battery die, I need to go, but I hope you all have a great night. Thank you for stopping by, Clint. I really appreciate it, and thank you for not abusing the blue wrench power.
And putting VCG on top.
Ron Shed said, home inspector question.
Hey.
Do they typically skip over electrical or is it just the one I hired? He missed a lot of stuff in the inspection. Thankfully, the seller still has to get
CO covered, I'm assuming.
Okay, so my inspector goes through all the electrical. I mean, they can't like pull out walls, but he checks the panel to make sure, first of all, that's up to code, that it doesn't have aluminum wiring. He goes through and he checks every single plug around the house that he doesn't have to actually physically move a couch.
Make sure that it's
hot. Yeah, he goes through. He has this little pluggy thing that when he plugs it in, if it turns orange or lights up, then it's.
I think I'm gonna go to Lowe's this week and look for the pluggy thing.
I don't know. I'm not a tool person. As many streams, a lot of tool streams. People if people actually watched my. They had the recommended, and I get recommended so much tool stuff because I'm obviously friends with a lot of tool people here, and I'm like,
can I find the pluggy thing?
I'm looking for this pluggy thing that lights up to make sure it's hot.
Oh, I can't wait for that this weekend.
So yes, it was your home inspector that you hired, and you can sue him. Just saying.
Because usually they'll even when they open the cabinets. I know when we first moved into the other house, the first house we moved to in Louisiana. The way that they had it wired, he even said, he goes, that might need to get changed. I mean, they even opened the cabinets and took a look behind it. So.
Matt says, my house be on the dubs, yo. Okay. Dubs. Okay.
I didn't.
George Roberts, gotta go, but you've got my number. Just let us know when you're headed this way, and I'll leave the light on for you. I will not stay at the Motel 6, I hope. Do you know?
This will only be a couple weeks then, because I'm heading to Tennessee. Tennessee.
Paul Sanabria says, hey, San Francisco Giants fan is in the house. Okay.
Woo! I'm a White Sox fan. Sorry. Hey, Paul.
I will be back when I get home if you are still alive, says Richard.
Well, I'll hopefully still be alive.
VCG says, God bless the people of Hawaii.
I know, jeez. Or Alaska.
Mm-hmm. We are the knights who say knee. The Monty Python Holy Grail. Oh, we are the knights of... Oh my God. How did I not remember that? With the freaking... the coconuts. My brothers used to go around the house quoting all this stuff all the time. They would jump into the kitchen... Their 13-year-old boy self reciting lines from the Monty Python and the Holy Grail. My movie I recited, don't laugh, but I was obsessed as a kid, as a teenager. Can you lean in a little bit so people can see? I loved... Revenge of the Nerds.
Yes, I knew you were going to say it.
Yeah, Revenge. I still know all the words and all the stupid songs, all of it. So dumb. Vince says, nah, I'm pretty short.
Really? Can't be that short. I mean, 5'10". I'm short then.
Vince needs to sit on a phone book to drive the Tundra. All right, so do you want to know a little secret? This is how short I am. So I have the chair brought all the way to the top, but I have to sit on this pillow or I'd be like this. So I sit on this pillow.
Which, by the way, she'll ask me to do something on the computer, and it is the most annoying thing.
So I have to sit so I can reach stuff. I gotta have a booster so I can reach stuff.
No.
You have the Mavic, Eddie? No, he does not. Dude,
I wish. I want.
George Kenner says, dude, you look great. I think you're better ugly. You better ugly up. You could get dumped off the show. Okay.
Me, I guess.
Yeah. Talk about throwing under the bus, bags under the eyes. I hear Home Shopping Network has cream for those bags.
Wow. I'm getting knocked on the show.
Okay, let's go overboard, Crease.
Oh, okay.
But old Nut says, gotta run, time to mow the lawn. Oh, that's Eddie's joy.
Now up to...
Courtney says, bye to Nuts.
Bye, Nuts. Laugh out loud, King. Later, Nuts.
And Nuts says, have fun, guys and gals. Crease says, don't worry, Vince. You're my dude. I got your back. Anything or everything except the bash rigid tools.
Polly. I'm sorry. What up, Vince?
Courtney says, Brian still quotes Monty Python. Ham spam, ham spam. Spam, 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 spam. I always have this thing, if someone spams a live stream, I'm like, if they spam a live stream, you should make them eat the jelly that's around spam. That should be their punishment. And then somebody wrote there, I like the jelly around spam. I'm like,
oh.
Henry says, why are your live streams at the same time as Tokyo Drew? It was unintentional. I have always had my live streams at this time. Tokyo's Drew's used to be actually a little bit earlier. And I would always sit on his streams for about 30 minutes.
And then start ours.
And then start ours. But I've always done mine at this time.
Around this time, yeah.
Yeah. Paul says, I'm good.
Wait. Quantify the statements with a
precursor house jacked up or on dubs. I've never heard on dubs. I've never heard that expression. So if you could explain what on dubs means. I mean, I'm wondering if you're meaning on piers, which is...
Piers, stilts, something.
Here they call it piers, which is concreted big wood posts that are in the ground quite, several feet. And that's... What?
I'm trying to figure out. Concreted wood posts. So are they concrete or are they wood?
They're concreted, wooded...
But they're in concrete.
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. Oh, Tokyo Drew says, I'm not streaming, but good question.
Oh.
And Edge Every Day says, it's a minor
flesh wound.
And I remember being a kid and walking down the stairs at that moment. And like both the guy's arms are cut off and blood is just spurting
it's
out.
Still one of my favorites.
Boy, this live stream is really digressed.
It's still one of my favorite lines.
Courtney says, how tall are you, Kristina? I'm 5 foot.
She says she's 5'9".
Yep. I could probably fit on your armpit.
BCG says, what up, Drew? Mike Rattan, Edge, laugh out loud.
Shrubbery. I ended due to this live stream. No one joined in today's because it's the same time slot. Grrr. Now hold up.
I'm so sorry.
Hold up, Drew. I wasn't always like a subscriber to your channel, and I'm sure you had people show up to your live stream before.
You were the only subscriber.
No, I mean
You've been a subscriber for quite some time.
Right? Yeah, but I mean he had subscribers before then. He was live streaming before then. I'm not trying to ruin your stream. I would never do that. You're my special buddy.
Especially my Tokyo buddy.
Yeah, I mean, I did send you a cup to Tokyo.
And it was...
And you made a video. I'll maybe after the live stream, I'll link it. I will link it. It's a video of the most expensive coffee cup in the world. And he even says it's not the most expensive, but she paid a lot to ship it, which is crazy, is what he said.
And if we didn't like you, we wouldn't have shipped it.
Absolutely.
Tokyo Joe.
Henry says, I showed up just as you were shutting down. Too bad. Shrubbery is something nice, not to be ostentatious.
Okay. Drew, no way. And
now they're just quoting.
That damn rabbit.
Oh, okay. Dubs are 20-inch rims of your car. I have no idea.
So you run it on piers with dubs. Or 100 spokes. You could run on 100 spokes.
Henry says that he was gutted to see they shut down just as he had shut down, just as he had arrived. Tokyo Drew had arrived. Courtney is 5'9". If you look like you're 6 foot on the live stream you did with VCG a month ago. Oh, well, I guess that's because,
camera angles work amazing.
Do justice. And I went to a conference and when I went to go meet this girl, her name's Rhode Island Ronnie, super nice lady, and that's the first thing she was like, I always imagined you being super tall because she was about 5'9". And so she was floored that I was so short.
Camera angles are amazing.
Oh, they're still doing this all these quotes. Ron Shed, thanks for answering the question, guys. Worried the guy is going to fail his inspection, electric inspection. Shame the inspector didn't give him a heads up. No kidding.
Yep.
No kidding. And I would call that inspector again to ask for some clarification. And I would ask for that booklet that they give you about what their role is as an inspector. All of my inspectors, before even the inspection starts, or the inspection report comes in, the first 14 pages are the expectations and what they should be delivering and what the state law is of what their job is. Drew says, a lot of laughs, no worries. I will change my time. No, we have to support Kristina too.
Yeah, but we're supporting you too. We support our whole community. We love them.
Did I? Oh, that is so shame. Well, thank you for your support, Tokyo Drew. I appreciate it.
Ron Shed, I'm an electrician, so
I'm not worried about it. Perfect. Redemption
But
says,
still,
I
it
bet
would
the
be-
shipping on that coffee cup to Tokyo cost a pretty penny. It was $126. But, the thing is that, I have loyalty. Those cups, the shipping of the cups actually costs more money than the cups.
Yes.
So.
And Ron's Shed, I apologize. Even though you are an electrician, it still would be nice to know maybe they missed something else. Just because they, you notice that they missed that, there could have been something else they missed. So it probably would be good to get those things anyways, just for verification. Sorry. What do you think about that?
Yeah, and then Ron says is personally worried about it. Okay. Because at first he said...
he's not worried because he was an electrician, but then he said personally
worried about it. Yeah.
I would ask for it just so I know.
VCG says I'll link the video here. He does that all the time. Link the video here. I did that especially in the one video, and I put the little finger there. I'm like, this is where it'll be up here. Up here.
Up here or up
here. Microtan's just subbed to you, Drew. Sorry I hadn't before. Matt says thank you to Courtney qualifying that statement.
By the way, Tokyo Drew has a great channel.
Oh, and he is an incredible vlogger.
Yep.
I mean, some of the shots, I'm very jealous. Brian says, damn, I must be the biggest dude in the very cool gang. I'm 6'5". I have a brother he was taller. I guess he's gotten older. He's not as tall anymore. But I have a brother that's over 6 foot tall. His name is Vince.
Yep.
Well, everybody calls, anybody that didn't grow up with him, they call him Vince. But when we were kids, he was Vinny. And of course, everybody called him Vinny because of Vinny Barbarino.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because that was what was big then. Redemption says, be sure to check out Tokyo Drew's channel when you get a chance. Thank you, Redemption. You're awesome.
My eyes were creasing.
Tokyo Drew says, stop. This is Kristina's stream. Thank you, but there's no... I am here to support, not to be promoted. Oh, that's a horse poop. We that's what we all do. We all support each other. That's what I do. That's what Brian does. That's what Vince does. And you've even supported me on your channel. So of course it's a give. I have never have a problem helping people out and being friends, and this is what I love it. That's why I enjoy my Friday nights. Jim Bean is in the house. Whoop whoop. Whoop whoop! Hey Jim Dean, it's nice to see you. And Virginia says, Houston, we have a problem. Virginia says, Tokyo Drew, we support everybody's channel here. That is correct.
We do.
And Microtan says we are family, and this is true.
We are family. All my brothers and sisters and me. Right.
Mary Jo Cerrone is short too. How tall are you, Mary Jo Cerrone? The inquiring minds want to know.
King of the Crease.
Oh yeah, Vince. Nice. Drew, how much Japanese can you speak? That's a good question. Tokyo Drew, the more you tell me not to, the more that I will.
They will.
What? Oh, we all promote each other.
Yes.
Oh my God, I'm caught up. A lot of laughs. I love how y'all say hi.
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 Hi. Do I say hi any other way? Hi.
Hi.
Or.
Hi. Yay. Having a smoke. Answer in a minute. Well, good for you.
We'll enjoy that smoke.
Yeah. I like if you sometimes you'll catch him on the stream and he has a fan. He has a fan, sitting there.
I remember those days.
Now that I've mentioned this whole thing about mass exodus and everything, I want you guys to be on the lookout. If you hear anything about it, or if you know any neighbors that were talking about it.
Sorry, go ahead.
If you know any neighbors that are talking about it, or somebody mentions the fact they're going to move because of mass exodus, please let me know in the comments section, because I think this is going to become a real issue, and that's why I brought it up tonight. Normally I keep these pretty light, but I just thought it was extremely interesting that this is it's a growing trend, especially in California. And I also heard that in I read that Canada has mass exodus in large cities and areas because it's so expensive.
I wonder why, though. Because, I mean, the taxes are pretty much the same.
Every city's different, baby. They have, like, counties and areas just, like, they're not all the same. It's a big country.
Still 50-50.
It's still a big country.
Yeah,
you know,
well,
there's...
A Microtan says, now that you're caught up, can you send him a mug? Just... That's what I was dying about. I'm sorry.
Poor Microtan. Microtan has probably been the most diligent about the mug.
I applaud him.
Oh, Mary Jo's 5'3", so actually I'm shorter than you. You can beat me up.
King of the Crease says, wow, Mary Jo.
And Redemption says the Discord app is for continuous coverage with your Real Estate Whisper and the VCG and Tokyo Drew.
It is really for the whole community.
It really is. It's for everybody. I mean, there's conversations going on there. Sometimes it's about food. Sometimes it's about the tech and gear. Sometimes it's about like all the deals that people have found in the area. Redemption's super active on there. He seems to find the most deals. He even has coupon codes. I mean, he's impressive. I made him. He's really the king of the Discord. He runs the show, to tell you the truth. I come in just to say hi to everybody, and it really should be the Redemption RVA Discord because he does 90% of it.
And I still cannot wait for my Mavic coupon. My deal on the Mavic.
Oh, I know, right?
Redemption said he's going to find one.
And Edge Every Day says there should be a mass exodus from Burlington, New Jersey. Jim B says mass exodus. Why is everyone leaving and why? Okay, so I'll just fill you in. In many states around the country, the taxes have gotten so incredibly high, people can't afford to live in those states anymore. So they are deciding to actually move out of the state, that's what they call a mass exodus. Some of these people will just say, we're just going to give you an example. Connecticut had 2,866 families that left the state of Connecticut, and 57% of those were because of how much taxes it cost them. They couldn't afford to live there anymore. So that's what the whole theme of this live stream is about the taxes and what people have been paying for property taxes and flood insurance, and how the cost of living has made it to the point where people have no choice but to leave the state that they're living in. So that's what mass exodus is. That was your real estate lesson for the week.
Courtney Edge says, MJ, that is fun-sized.
I like being short. I've always said it's good to be small. I can fit in anywhere. I mean, like, Eddie has this much space to get between this truck and the car, the truck and the garage door. So I just, and he's like, I can never do that.
Her and the two girls just slide straight through.
Right through.
Like, great, get on the passenger side.
I go through like that. I go through like that.
Bada.
That's my last client. I hope you guys enjoyed that video last Tuesday when I had a little bit of a hissy fit.
And if you haven't, check it out.
Yeah, it's funny. I enjoy doing that one.
It is the sale pending and for sold sign.
Yeah, why you don't see a sale pending sign. And
Take a tip Tuesday.
Take a tip Tuesday. I do it every week. Every week.
Paul says.
Yep, I'm leaving Cali at the end of the year and taking my mom and my sister. See?
Where are you going?
I'd love to know where you're going, Paul. Redemption says, Tokyo Drew, did you get a chance to see the direct message I sent you on Discord?
When I'm here, California is beautiful to visit.
Jim Bean says, my ex lives in Canada, and she said the people in the East moved to the West for more for the money. Yep.
Really? Huh.
Oh, Mike Rutan wants to know where Paul's going to.
King of the Crease, where are you going?
Where you live, Mike Rutan. Brian wants to know where. Courtney says, Mary Jo says, thanks, Courtney. It's a pain, though, sometimes buying pants that are way too long. I've always had the issue, but I always go to the petites. Just go to the short girls department. And I shop in see, it's good to be short because you can actually shop in the tweens and the teens area. I do it all the time because you can find the right size pants for honey. Because sometimes when you buy the regular size pants, it looks like you have dookie in your butt. And you're like, you can't wear those jeans. I'm like, I know.
Last time I bought in the teen section I was in 4th grade?
Redemption says, never, you're a real estate whisperer. I'm just the man behind the scenes. Whatever. You.
Well, thank you for being the man behind the scenes.
I gave him all the power. Like, he's like, hey, I'd like to do this and this and this. I'm like, I turned all his, restrictions off. Whatever he wants to do. He could blow the place up. He has all the power.
He's sitting back there with his 2 screens.
Redemption says, just think of me as Eddie V05.
Aw. He takes my place. Mike Pretend says he lives in North Carolina.
Oh. It's really nice. We're really jealous, Mike Pretend. I'm just going to let you know. Brian says, yeah, you're making moonshine down there? Jimmy says, yeah, yikes, I wish I can live in England. That was always one of my dream places to visit. I don't know if I want to live there because I've never been there, but I'd love to visit.
Yeah, I was going to say, visit, I'll do all day long.
Brian Edge says, white lightning. Courtney Edge says, MJ, same, but you are too short for me. Dresses are too short. Yeah. I can't, yeah, like some of my dresses are even short, and I wonder, like, if you were really tall, they'd be like, yeah. If you saw me putting in that sign, and he said, boy, you better be careful there. He was like, just a half an inch short.
Gonna show it.
And I don't, me, I had to get the sign in. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah, the rubber hammer didn't work.
Mike says he's seen a few jars of the white lightning himself.
I don't think I had. You know what? I've seen it. I've never had it. I don't think I can.
Matt says, Chuck, oh, Chuck. Okay. Paul said, sending my mom to Costa Rica, and my sister and I are heading to Puerto Rico, going back home.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's awesome. That's really nice.
Oh, wow. My family's from Colombia, so.
Why do they do this to me? Oh, he's talking about the...
Okay. Okay, back. Japanese.
Okay, back. Japanese, I speak 50-50. Discord, I really don't get it, and I can't find it again. A lot of laughs. Send me the link.
We will send it out to you, or you will find
King
it.
Brian says, Reality is a Commie just posted a new video on YouTube. Check it out. VCG gang. You can post it in the Discord.
Yep.
Post it in the Discord. Redemption says, N3QDZ, nice work all the way around. Redemption says, Tokyo Drew, here's Discord. Eddie's poo-poo. I could never, that's why I'm the version 0.5. Never 0.1.
Oh, whatever. Whatever.
Matt gives a little thing. Edward say, it says, it burns. It burns. And with that, my friends, I'm going to wish you a very good evening. I'm glad I got to catch up on the comments, and I'm glad I could share a little news with you about mass exodus here in all around the country. Luckily, Louisiana is the first time that Louisiana isn't on a list for something bad.
No.
But you know what? I will say this about Louisiana, and this is the God honest truth. It's one of the happiest states in the United States. When they did the, remember when you had to fill out that form? Everybody fill out the damn form. What was that form that they were doing the poll?
The census? The
census, yeah, the national census. When they finished the census, they said the people, even though we're one of the more poorer states and we have, weight issue problems and everything else, the people in Louisiana are happy.
We have probably the happiest state as far as just some really nice people, some down-home people, some people that are just awesome.
They rated the top 10 cities or top 10 counties. And 6 of the counties were in Louisiana. Yeah. So so that's, if you want to live somewhere, come to Louisiana.
Just great.
The weather is hot. It's nice in the winter, in the fall and the winter, but the people and the food is amazing. So
yeah.
Come and visit, and the door's always open for you. We will make you a pot of gumbo, and I'll make you some bread pudding.
And if it's crawfish season, we'll make some crawfish.
If you don't have fun, at least you'll be nice and full and have a lot of food on your. You don't have to worry about being hungry. That's for
fat,
sure.
Happy, and jolly.
Yeah, fat, happy, and jolly. So, anyways, with that, good night, everybody. I'm so glad you stopped by. To everybody that stuck away all the way through, I really appreciate it. I want to say a special thank you to Redemption and Courtney and all my moderators, Tool Review Zone who left earlier. I really want to say thank you to you guys. I know that it can get long, and I appreciate you taking the time to moderate my live stream. So
go check out all their channels: Redemption, Tool Review Zone,
everybody,
Edges, VCG,
and no matter what Tokyo Drew says,
Gear Runner,
you check out his channel. We're all here to support one another, and that's what the best part about YouTube. I love that about YouTube, and that's wonderful.
And we look forward to our Fridays with you guys, so thank you very much.
All right, good night, everybody.
And with that, we're going to take our mass exodus.
Wait. I want to explain one more thing. Do you know why I tell you all this? Do you know why I tell them all this?
Go ahead.
Because you matter.
And with that, our mass exodus.